Cebu City now has the most number of COVID-19 cases in the country. The health department says the city recorded more than 1,277 new infections over the past 14 days. And in his weekly address to the nation last night, President Rodrigo Duterte assigns a cabinet official to oversee efforts to contain the spread of the virus in Cebu City. Our Trisha Trada joins us on the line for the details. Trisha, good morning. Who did the president appoint to lead the COVID-19 response in Cebu City?
Yes, Ria, good morning. Environment Secretary Roy Simatu has a new task on top of his cabinet work. President Rodrigo Duterte is assigning Simatu to oversee the situation and the COVID-19 response in Cebu. In essence, his function is similar to that of the interagency task force working in Metro Manila. Simatu will have to check what's being done and make recommendations.
So, kayong mga taga Cebu, it's not that I do not trust your capability, but rather I said it's the penchant to go into a sort of a yung sisihan nga, tapos nobody would answer for anything. I must have the picture of how grave the situation is or the situations are, and malaman ko na may bawaan ako nga naanay tao nagpalihok anang sa Cebu. Kaysa Cebu na ay daghang pasangil, na ay pasangil nga tao, na ay dili gusto, na ay silusay muna. So that's the problem there. Pero wala ko tunong nga tao. I'm just sad that Cebu has to undergo that kind of painful situation now.
President Duterte says he wants an operation center in Cebu. The president also points out the implementation of lockdowns must be uniformed and must be implemented by the police.
Kumana man ko sa inyo. Pag-abot na ako sa inyo, prangkahan ta mag-usap. Gaya mag-ulo eh. Ayaw ko kasi sabi ko kay Bong, kanina kay Bong, isulti ba na ako? Dili man good na karon lang. This is not the first time. This is not the first national emergency na ang Cebuano is murag hinay mulihok. Umulihok pa mag-yaw-yaw pa kay Cebuano suburbio.
The president says he is aware that despite strict orders to stay at home, people in Cebu roamed around in their motorcycles. Ria?
Trisha, for the first time, the president also partly discussed the Antiterrorism Bill. What did he say about it, and has it reached his table?
President Duterte says his legal team is still reviewing the Antiterrorism Bill. Although he didn't specify timelines or speak about signing it, the president says terrorists have been taking advantage of the pandemic. The president takes offense at how alleged communist rebels treat soldiers and the police. President Duterte says NPA prisoners were unharmed in Mindanao under his watch. Mr. Duterte says he has to do his duty now as president to protect the country's democratic values. But the president also bears how the communists collect taxes from private entities.
Ang pera dito hinuhulog sa Maynila sa bank account ng NDF, of course, under fictitious name. Well, all of these things I said, I hope that I will not have to do something to do more drastic, like just really looking at your bank accounts. Marami namin yung movements ng pera eh. Marami, yung central bank pa iyo. Magdaya nga sa aking kayo pa. But ang akin kasi kay kaibigan tayo, ang gusto kong sabihin sa inyo, wag na sana tayo umabot sa yung that I have to kill you. Kung wala na iba, you really want to heal it? Sabi, huwag mo nang hintayin na patayin kita. When I say patayin kita, hindi man ako ang papatay. Lahat tayo magpatayan, including me.
The president says the long-standing fight against the NPA has undermined the national security of the country. Back to you.
Trisha, what are the president's thoughts about the ombudsman's probe on the DOH?
President Duterte says he believes in the honesty and integrity of his people. Duque says, because he was there present at the briefing last night, the health department will respond to the ombudsman. He briefly explained that the government tried its best to get enough protective equipment. As early as February, Duque says the health department placed its orders for PPE. They arrived in March and April. Duque blames the delay on the global supply shortage of protective equipment. Meantime, National Task Force Chief Implementer Carlito Galvez also vouches for Duque. He says the health secretary has nothing to do with the procurement of protective equipment and testing kits. Galvez says the government picked high-quality protective gear, which later on helped reduce infections among health workers.
So I stand by, taya ko yung reputasyon ko as president na sa lahat. Walang kalokohan nga nahitabo.
The president reiterates he believes in his people. Back to you, Ria.
Thanks a lot for that, Trisha Terada there reporting.